Hey everyone, Summoning Salt here, and I wanted to explain the Tyson IL fight and why it's so difficult, why it's so random, and what I'm pretty much looking for in the ideal fight. So, what I have here is a video of a 207 Tyson fight. My goal is a 205. But in this 207 fight, which was by Zallard 1, it was pretty much as close as you can get to the 205 without actually getting it. It got perfect execution all the way throughout. Perfect luck in phase 1 and 2, pretty much, at least. And then the only piece missing was a delay in phase 3 that didn't go his way. But it was pretty much as close to the 205 as you can get. So that's the video I'm going to be using to explain it. So the 205, it has two parts to it. It has the execution and it has the luck. I'm going to start by talking about the execution for it. So, the way Tyson works, the very first phase of the fight, he has 96 health. And it looks like you assume it would be 100. Like all that would probably be 100, but it's actually 96. As for the punches that you throw at him, when he throws a punch, you can hit him twice when he's doing his uppercuts, which he does for the first minute and a half of the fight. The first punch, like that, as long as you hit him on the same side of the screen that he threw the punch from, it'll always deal 5 damage. The punch after that, it will deal 1 damage. And you will barely even see his health go down at all if it deals 1 damage. But if you delay that second punch just enough, then it'll deal an additional 5 damage, well, an additional 4 damage. So it deals 5 damage as well as the first punch. The only problem is the window that you have to delay that punch is 1 frame. So it's incredibly inconsistent. So I'll show you what it looks like if you get it. Just like that, 5 and 5, that deals 10 damage. For the first phase of the fight, you need to do that 9 times. So over and over again, delaying that punch frame perfectly just enough. So like right here, for example, Tyson's thrown 6 punches, so he's dealt 60 of the 96 damage that he needs to deal. And right here at the end, after he's hit him, Tyson's thrown 9 punches, so he's dealt 90 damage, he only has 6 left. So in order to take care of him, you just hit him once to deal 5, and then just throw your next punch as soon as you can to deal the 1 damage you need to knock him down. Of course, that leaves you with some room for error. So you could actually miss 1 punch early on, and as long as you hit every single other punch, you'll deal the 96 damage that you need to take him out. But if you miss the punch by being too late, then you get blocked and you deal no damage, so you have to reset. And if everything goes right, if you're able to delay 9 of your 10 frame perfect punches just perfectly enough, 1/60th of a second, you'll get him down around 54 seconds. That's a pretty ideal first knockdown. I'll talk about the random factors in a minute. So he's going to get up. This time he doesn't get a full health refill. I believe he gets a 56 health refill here. So you just do the same thing again. But right here, Zallard misses one of his punches. He's a little bit early. He's probably 1 frame early, a 60th of a second early, and it only deals 1 damage. Right there, that punch dealt 1 damage instead of 5. But because of his health, he can deal 10 plus 10, which was his first 2, and then 6 from this next one, and as long as he hits the next 3, that'll be the 56 damage that he needs. Just like that. Gets him down at 128. So, yeah, he's dealt I think he's done, what would that be, 14 frame perfect inputs so far in order to get to this point. 128. So he gets up at 1 minute and 30 seconds, he switches to hooks. And Zallard knows that he's going to switch to hooks, and once he switches to hooks, it changes a bit the fight. You can hit him twice like you did before, but this time each of your punches deal 2 damage, no matter what side you hit him on, no matter if you delay the second punch, although you can get the second one to deal 5 damage if you delay it a really long time, but it's too slow. You have to delay it too much for speedrunning purposes. So the way that we actually do it is, instead of dealing the 4 damage that you would deal from doing 2 plus 2, you deal 5 damage in 1 punch by delaying that punch as long as possible before getting blocked. So I'll show you what I mean. So like right here, that frame right here, that was the last frame that he could have hit him on before Tyson would have blocked it. That was the last frame that Tyson's guard was vulnerable to being hit. So that's another frame perfect punch that he did. Tyson gets up with 40 health for the last time, and you could deal 5 damage for each punch. So if you hit 8 frame perfect punches in a row at the very end, then that is a perfect phase 3. It'll be somewhere from 37 to about 39 seconds. The difficulty with these, though, is as difficult as the uppercut frame perfect punches are. These, I think, are even a little bit more difficult outside of the first one, because this first one is buffered. You could do a series of inputs that delays it just enough on the first punch, because the first punch comes out at the same time every single fight. So you could delay that one just enough by doing a sequence of dodges so that it will always be frame perfect. But the ones after that, you need to react to how quick or how tight or how slow your dodge was, and delay your punch based off of that. So right here, he has to wait. He's like, alright, I have to probably wait about this amount of time and then throw it. I have to wait about that long and throw it. As opposed to the uppercuts, after your first punch, you always are waiting the exact same amount of frames before you throw the next punch, which is frame perfect. But here, the time you have to wait after your dodge changes because of your dodge speed and everything. So it's a lot more difficult to hit these hooks. But if everything goes extremely well, then you could hit 8 of them in a row, which is enough to take him out. Two minutes and 7 seconds. So now that we've got the RNG part of this fight down, or not the RNG, now that we have the execution part of this fight down, which 22 frame perfect inputs, let's talk a little bit about the luck that you need. So in the first phase, pretty much any punch that you see him throw, he can delay or not delay for any amount of time. Like right here, after his first 2 punches, he can do a 1 second delay here, or he cannot do a 1 second delay. He did not do the 1 second delay. After that punch, he can switch back and do a huge delay. He could switch back to a punch from the right side of the screen and do like another 1 second delay before it. But he did not here. After that punch, he's going to switch back no matter what. He could either do no delay or 1 second delay. And he did no delay. After this punch, he can do a number of things. He could do an 8 second delay, which he'll do about 50% of the time, that kills your attempt automatically, no matter what. It is dead. 8 seconds off the clock, forget it. You're not getting anything decent with that. He could also delay 1 second here before throwing his next punch. Or he could just not delay at all and throw it right away. And in this situation, he just threw it right away. And then right here again, there's a potential 1 second delay that he could do. He didn't do it again. He could switch back again here, but he didn't do it. 54 seconds. Now, in order to get the 205, if you don't have him, so keep in mind, he did not delay at all. He got no delays, which is incredibly unlikely. Pretty much each of those times where I said he could delay, he had a 50% chance of delaying. You could, out of those maybe 6 or 7 chances that he had to delay, yeah, we can go count how many chances he has to delay. So the 1 right there, 2 right here, 3, it's not going to delay here, 4, 5, and 6th one there. So he has 6 chances to delay in the first phase, and most of those times it's a 50-50 chance whether or not he's going to delay. In order to get times fast enough to get a 205, you need to get him down by 55 seconds or less. If you don't do that, it's pretty much impossible to get a 205 unless stupid stuff happens and it's an extremely low 56. But for the sake of this, we're going to say 55 is the latest time you can get him down by and still get a 205. In order for that to happen, he could probably only do 1 of those 6 delays that he can do. And given that he has about a 50% chance of doing any of them, you can understand how unlikely it is that he would actually give you the luck you need in the first phase alone. So after that, he's going to get up. He's going to do his 6 uppercuts. And I believe he has a chance of delaying there, right there, and right there. So he has 3 chances to delay. And then pretty much the way it works is if he does no delays there, then you're getting a 33-second phase. If he does 1 delay, you're getting a 34-second phase. And if he does 0 delays, then you're getting or if he does 3 sorry, I can't think right now. But 0 delays, 33 seconds, 1 delay, 34 seconds, 2 delays, 35 seconds is usually how it goes. And the only way he could do like 3 delays is if he switches back and then keeps switching back and keeps switching back again. And that would probably be a 36 or a 37 phase 3. And I think you could even get like a 38 if he just gives you disgustingly bad luck. But yeah, you pretty, for the sake of a 205, you need your second knockdown by 128. Second knockdown by 128. So off of a 54, you can have him do 1 of his delays here. Just 1. And in this case, he actually didn't do any. This is something I should probably explain. Even though he did no delays, he still got a 128, which is 34 seconds. Why was that? It was because right here, that punch that he missed actually cost him a little bit of time. Because he still delayed quite a bit before throwing it, even though it wasn't quite enough. So that wasted time compared to in the first phase where he was able to just do 2 quick punches at the end. He couldn't do those 2 quick punches at the end. He had to delay before every punch this time because of the fact that he missed that one. So that wasted about another second, which pushed the 33 up to 34 seconds. So that got him down at 128. Assuming that he's down at anything other than a really high 128, which is what this happened to be, this was pretty close to a, so take a look at the clock, it was very close to moving to a 129. I could show you. Very close to moving to a 129. But it didn't quite do it. Because he was able to get it very close to that 129 without actually being there, he was able to do this buffer strat that I was talking about before. But if you are any earlier than that, like if you get better luck and you get him a little bit before that, that buffer won't work. Because he's going to throw the first punch at 130, and if you're too early, like if you get him down at 127 and you try the buffer, he's not going to throw his punch until after your buffer is finished. So it's not going to work. But luckily for Zallard, it was just late enough where the buffer still worked, and he was able to get that punch off. But anyway, so oh yeah, and one more thing about that. Because you have to wait before to the clock to get to 130, it if you get like a 126 or 127 or 128, something like that, you add your time in phase 3 onto a 128 because he's not going to throw his punch until like a few seconds later. It's difficult to explain, but pretty much the third phase of the fight is going to be 37, 38, or 39 seconds. And you add that on to 128, regardless of whether or not your knockdown was a 128, 127, or 126, or a high 125, which that can't really happen, a high 125, but technically it can. But like a 126, 127, 128, it doesn't matter because he's not, your buffer wouldn't work until 128, so it doesn't matter. So at 128, he's going to do his thing. He's going to start doing his hooks. And with literally pretty much any of these hooks, he can delay just like a random amount of time. It's not just like one delay that he can do. It's like he can do no delay or a short delay or a long delay or switch back and do a delay. All these different things. Like right here, after this punch, I learned, I think 2 days ago, that there's 4 different delays he can do here. And in this case, he got the worst of them. That one delay that he got cost him the 205. It made the third phase of the fight 39 seconds instead of 37. And in order to get the 205, you need to get the 37 phase 3 off of a 126 or 127 or 128. So the odds in getting, you need like pretty much no delays in phase 3 to get a 37. So the odds in getting the good enough luck in phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3, plus hitting 22 frame perfect punches without getting blocked at all, it's incredibly, incredibly difficult. And this is the closest anyone had ever gone to do it because they landed all 8 off of a 128. But yeah, until someone can land 8 frame perfect punches off of a 128 or before and not get a ton of delays in phase 3, then the 205 will not exist.